It was just another late night at the office, a high-rise building on Wall Street. The kind of place that screams business, power, money. But there's something dark about this building. It used to be a bank, where they dealt with fortunes. That's where the trouble started. Or at least, that's what I think. I was working late. Just me and my computer in the archives room. The air was thick with silence, except for the occasional hum of the AC. But then, I heard it. Footsteps. Slow. Methodical. I froze. I looked around, expecting to see someone. Maybe a fellow employee coming back from a late meeting. But no one was there. I even checked the hallway. Nothing. The weird part. The temperature dropped suddenly, like a cold wind brushing past me. I felt it on the back of my neck. Goosebumps. I turned around. Nothing. I swore I felt eyes on me. I had to know what was going on, so I checked the security footage. What I saw still haunts me. A shadow. A figure moving behind me. But when I turned around, empty. No one in sight. That was the night I realized. This building wasn't just haunted by the past. It was haunted by something that never left. Then there's the old office building near the River Thames. So old, it's been standing for centuries. It's the kind of place where every creak, every groan of the floorboards feels like it could tell a story. But none of us knew the story it was hiding. Not until, well, let me tell you, it started with the cold spots. In the middle of summer, too. It was like walking into a freezer, but only certain spots. Sometimes you'd feel it right at your desk. The kind of cold that made your breath visible, even though the heating was on full blast. But that's not what scared me. No, it was the voices. Soft whispers. They seemed to come from nowhere, from empty rooms. I remember one night, I heard them coming from the conference room. I opened the door. Empty. No one there. But the voices kept going. They were clear. Like a conversation. A conversation between people who weren't supposed to be there. And then there was the elevator incident. A woman. Alone. Late. The lights flickered, and the elevator stopped between floors. When the lights came back on, she wasn't alone. Standing in the corner was a tall figure. Thin, gaunt, with hollow eyes. She didn't scream, she couldn't, she was frozen. By the time she blinked, he was gone. Chicago. The city of steel and glass. And in one of its most modern, sleek office buildings, something ancient lurked. It started with strange noises. Typing. Clicking. But no one was typing. No one was even in the office. I thought I was just imagining things at first, until others started hearing it, too. But that's not the worst part. The worst part happened one night, when I stayed late. I was working, focused, when I felt it. The presence. Someone standing behind me. I turned around. She was there. A woman in an old-fashioned secretary's uniform holding a stack of files. Her face, expressionless. I thought maybe I was just tired. I asked her if she needed help. She didn't respond, just stared at me. Then, slowly, she walked toward the door. I glanced away for just a second, and when I looked back, she was gone. I asked everyone the next day. No one knew who she was. Some believe she's the ghost of an old secretary who worked here in the early 1900s. And her devotion to the office is so strong. She never left. Still working, still filing, forever. San Francisco, a city known for its fog, its history, and its haunted buildings. This high-rise office, one of the worst. Employees started noticing the elevator malfunctioning, doors opening on the 12th floor, even though no one pressed the button. I didn't think much of it at first, until one night, while walking down the hallway, I heard it. Footsteps, close, too close. But when I turned around, no one. I hurried to my office, locked the door, but the footsteps followed, louder and louder, as though someone were right behind me. I sat there, heart pounding, waiting for it to stop. When it did, the silence was worse. Then, the papers. I was sitting in the conference room, and out of nowhere, a stack of papers moved. It slid across the table, as if someone had pushed it. I jumped up, spun around, and there he was. A figure, tall, dark, in business attire, watching me. No sound. I blinked. He was gone, vanished into thin air. And then there's the one that still keeps me up at night. The corporate headquarters in Asia. Modern, gleaming with glass and steel. But it's hiding something dark. Something I don't think anyone was prepared for. I stayed late one night, working on a project. I felt it. The pressure. Like someone was watching me. I turned around. Nothing. But I heard it. A chair scraping against the floor behind me. I looked. The chair had moved, but no one was there. I ran to the lobby, hoping to shake off the fear. And then, I saw her, a colleague who had left hours ago, standing right there, staring at me. But when I checked the time, she shouldn't have been there. She had left hours ago. Some say it's the spirit of a former worker who died suddenly in the office. And that's why she never left, searching, waiting, trapped, forever.